Our next topic is properties of subtraction. In this, we also study about closure property, commutative property, associative property, and property of zero. Our first property is closure property. If a and b are whole numbers, then a minus b is a whole number if a is greater than b or a is equal to b. But if a is smaller than b, in that case a minus b is not a whole number. That means in closure property, a and b is only whole number in case when a minus b is a is greater than b or a is equal to b. But if a is smaller than b, in that case the result will come is not a whole number. Example, suppose we have 17 minus 8. So 70 minus 8 is 9. If we see, in that case 17 is greater than 8. 17 is a and 8 is b. Next one is, if we have 8 minus 8, in this case we can see 8, that is a, and another 8, that is b. Both are equal and the result is 0. That is 8 is equal to 8. A is equal to b, the result will come 0, and in that case also is a whole number. But if we have a number like 9 minus 12, in that case we can see that a is smaller than b. Okay, so the result will come whatever is not a whole number, because a is smaller than b, and in that case is not a whole number. So closure property is true in case of subtraction only. A is greater than b and a is equal to b. But if it in case like a is smaller than b, in that case is the result will not a whole number. Okay, this is closure property. Next one is commutative property. If a and b are two whole numbers, then in general a minus b is not equal to b minus a. That is, a minus b is not equal to b minus a. Let's explain by example. Suppose we have a number like 7 minus 5. So the result is 2. This is a whole number. But if we have to do 5 minus 7, the result is whatever is come is not a whole number. That means if we change the order, as in case of commutative property, like 7 minus 5 is not equal to 5 minus 7. Why so? Because result of 7 minus 5 is what? 2. But 5 minus 7 is minus 2. That is not equal, because one is positive and one is negative, and only positive one is considered as whole number. Okay, so commutative property does not hold true for subtraction of whole number, and we also can say commutative property does not hold true for subtraction of whole number. Okay, next is if associative property. If a, b and c are whole number and c is not equal to 0, then in general a minus b and b minus c in bracket is not equal to a minus b in bracket minus c. Okay, this is associative property. I will explain by the help of example. Example are, suppose we have number like 10 minus 5 minus 4 in bracket. This is on left hand side is represented by not equal to Suppose we put 10 minus 5 in bracket minus 4. This is not equal. Let me solve this. So here we write 10. Now 5 minus 4 is 1. So result is what? 9. But in this side 10 minus 5 is what? 5 minus 4. So 5 minus 4 is 1. So we see that by changing the pattern, changing the bracket, we not get the same result on both sides. One side we get 9 and another is 1. That means associative property does not hold true for subtraction of whole number. This is clearly visible. If we change the bracket, the result will completely different. It's not same like in addition. Okay, that's why it is not true for associative property, is not true for subtraction. Next is property of 0. If 0 is subtracted from a whole number, then the result is the number itself. But subtraction from 0 is not defined for whole number. Suppose we have a number like 16 minus 0. So the result is what? 16 itself. So this is true because when you minus 16 from 0, we get 16. So this is true, called whole number. But suppose we do subtraction of 0 minus 16, the result will be minus 16, and this is not true in case of whole number. Example is, suppose we have 16 minus 0, so result is what? 16. But if we write 0 minus 16, so it will be minus 16. So this is not true in case of subtraction. Okay, another example we can also take, like we can write 4 minus 0. So what it will come? 4. But if 0 minus 4, it will what? Whatever is come is not same. That means 0, the property of 0 is not defined as true in case of subtraction. The next one is, if a, b and c are whole numbers such that a minus b is equal to c, then b plus c is equal to a. If we see here a minus b, in the next step what they do, they just change the place of b to the right side. So if we change to the right side, it will become positive, because when we change from left to right side, if it's negative, and when it go to the right side, it will change into positive. Okay, so this is the last property. Example is, suppose a question is given 9 minus 7 is equal to 2. So 9 minus 7 is on left hand side and 2 is on right hand side, and when we send this minus 7 on this side, like in this way, 9 is equal to 2. When 7 come on the right side, it will become plus 7, and the result is what? 9. That means both are same, and this is true for subtraction. Okay, so these are the properties of subtraction. Solve the exercise 2C by the help of properties of subtraction. So the first question is, perform the following subtraction and check your result by corresponding addition. So first one is 456 minus 215. So when we subtract, we get result 241, and here is said to check it. Okay, so what we do to check, we have to add these two numbers, 215 plus 241, like this. So we get what? 456. 456 is here. That means when we subtract 456 minus 215, we get 241, and we add 215 to 241, we again get the first one, that is 456. Same in the next example. Next one is given complete, that is the fill in the blanks. 1340 minus space and then is equal to 990. If a question is given like this, we have to suppose, like suppose we either can write x or a, any number. Okay, so here we suppose x, let the unknown number be x. So 1340 minus x is equal to 990. Okay, so what I said, when we shift x on the right side, because this is negative, when it's go on the right side it will become positive. So we write x plus 990 is equal to 1340. Now when again if we send this 990, that is positive, on the right side it will negative. You can see that because positive change into negative and negative change into positive. So what we get the result is 350. That means subtracting 1340 minus 350 we will get 990. So answer is, here is what, 350. That much for this exercise. Thank you.